Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. I have a question tonight, and I'm going to put forward that question tonight, and I request you to participate in this editorial. I want your opinion. I want to know what you think. The question tonight is very simple. Very simple. My question is are the courts important? Is the justice system important, or are judges important? Is a judge more important than the court, or is the court more important than the judge? Or otherwise put, is the legal system more important than a judge, or a judge more important than the legal system? This is the question I asked tonight, and let's talk about it. And let's get right into the show. Now, before I get into my actual topic, I want to answer a few questions that I read yesterday in my editorial. Okay, now, a lot of people asked me that, listen, I spoke about leaders being arrested, chief ministers being arrested, popular leaders being arrested, threatened to be arrested, interrogated, so on and so forth. I said that is incorrect right on the eve of the election. I said that could be because BJP is desperate, and maybe BJP thinks that it will not get this 350 and 450 and 550 seats and all, which is spoken about. So that's what I said yesterday, and a lot of people wrote back to me saying that what nonsense is this? Am I saying that people who have taken bribes, people who have committed frauds, people who are corrupt, like I said, they should be let go? Nothing should happen? The government should not, or the enforcement agency should not take steps against them? No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that when enforcement agencies, enforcement directorate in this case, can these agencies only see corrupt frauds and whatever, black money and white money and all that with opposition leaders? Can't they find a single ruling party member who takes bribe? Are you saying that not a single Bharatiya Janata Party member in this country of 140 crores, not a single Bharatiya Janata Party member takes bribe? Are you saying that every government headed and run by Bharatiya Janata Party is spotlessly clean? Are you saying that? My question is, if that is not the case, and the probability is next to zero that, Bharatiya Janata Party run governments are spotlessly clean, there is no corruption in the system. If that is the truth, then why are only opposition leaders targeted? So then if only opposition leaders are targeted, and I say that this is because of political gains, and this is because Bharatiya Janata Party is not very comfortable with what is going to happen in 2024, unlike what the political pundits and unlike what the pollsters are saying, they are not 100% comfortable of gathering more than 300 seats, and therefore they are trying to arrest people and threaten people and create political volatility. Am I wrong? You see, arresting a person for the wrong he did is fine. Arresting a person for your benefit is equally wrong. You arrest a person because of the crime he committed, not because that arrest suits you. The moment you arrest a person because it suits your needs at that point in time, that is worse than the crime that man has committed. That is worse than the crime that man has committed, and that's my point. So next time when you write down and you say that, listen, you know what, so what, you let corrupt politicians go, you let corrupt people be, there's no punishment given, then if that is the case, law is meant for all and equal and same. That's what our constitution says. The ruling party cannot have separate law and the opposition cannot have separate law. And if the opposition is targeted, then it is for a political need. That is what I said, that is what I will say, and that is what I will continue to say in the future. So, that said, let's get into the topic on hand. Now, it's also related to what I just said. You see, when you go to a court, do you go to a court or do you go to a person called the judge? What I mean is, when you go to court, do you hope that the Indian legal system will be getting you justice, or the judge sitting there will be getting you justice? As life progress in India, the more I see as a layperson with my limited knowledge about law, I find that it is that one judge who passes the order. Which means that I find that the same case, one judge passing an order could be different to another judge passing an order. Which means I have started realizing that, hey, you know what? It is not necessarily the court that is important or the Indian legal system. It is the judge and his verdict and his mood that is more important. Which means that the judge is playing God to me. The judge is playing God to me because he is giving me justice. If he is in a good mood, he likes me, he gives me justice. If he doesn't like me, he doesn't give me justice. If that's the case, then what is court and this entire thing about people coming in uniform and some judges sitting in uniform? What is all this then? Isn't it better that we go in that panchayat system where 5 elders sit and tell you, kya ye theek hai, acha hai, kharab hai, right, wrong, otherwise, why keep a book and all that? In fact, one sees that there is more consistency with the panchayat ruling than what one sees in the court today. This is my opinion. I could be wrong. Now, a lot of us may say that, listen, ye kya baat hai? Judgments will differ. One judge's judgment may differ to another judge's judgment. Why? Because, see, law is not just about letters. It is about letter and spirit. Words and spirit. So, yeah, I mean, it may differ. So, another judge may interpret that word differently. Then I want to ask a question. Then what is this entire process of law? What is this entire legal book all about? If everything is about spirit and nothing in the letter, because that's what it is. If judgment keeps on changing, if interpretation keeps on changing, then it is all about spirit. There is no letter to the spirit. Does that make sense? In that case, why have a letter at all? Let's just go by spirit. Okay. But then, I won't make an opinion without giving you few examples. Let me talk about the first example. You see, in West Bengal, the Supreme Court decided to transfer all proceedings related to the alleged irregularities in issuing scheduled caste / scheduled tribe SC/ST certification in West Bengal from Kolkata High Court to itself. That means to the Supreme Court. They said that the dispute that they had in Kolkata High Court, they said, let us handle this. Give it to me. I will tell you why they said it. They said it because the decision comes in the wake of a dispute between two benches of the Calcutta High Court, primarily centered around the demand of the Central Bureau of Investigation probe into the perpetrated irregularities in the issuance of caste certificate for the candidate seeking reserved category. So, two benches ruled differently. This is what I was telling you about. If you are following a common book, which is called a CRPC, and you are following the common system, which is the Indian legal system, then the rulings also should be similar, isn't it? Two benches ruled differently. And you know what? Interestingly, Justice Abhijit Gangopadhyay, accusing his fellow judge Soman Sen of the division bench of favoring the interest of Mamata Banerjee-led West Bengal government to overturn his order for CBI investigation. It is not only that the judges rule differently. One judge says that, that other judge, he favors the government. He favors Mamata Banerjee's TMC. So, किधर गया वो book? किधर गया वो legal system? One judge is saying it. I am not saying it. An outsider is not saying it. A learned judge is saying that man, no, you know why he gave the decision? Because he favors Mamata Banerjee Baba. Hare? Now, imagine a situation if I have a writ petition against Mamata Banerjee and her government. If I want to file a writ petition, and I am not saying that what Abhijit Gangopadhyay is saying is right or wrong and all that I am not saying, but I am saying that he said this, no, he's a judge, no. He said that this Justice Somen Sen is pro TMC, and I am standing in front of Justice Somen Sen with a writ petition against Mamata Banerjee's government. Do you think in my mind I will feel I'll get justice? Because another judge just said that he is for Mamata Banerjee. Where is our justice system? What place am I standing in? What court? And the Supreme Court said, "Tika, you give all this to me, we'll handle it. Chalo, you guys don't handle it." Not that they question Sen or they question Gangopadhyay. So, kuch nahi hua. Hey, chalo, you give it to me, I'll handle it. But what am I to believe as a common man? Please tell me. What am I to believe? Am I supposed to believe Justice Abhijit Gangopadhyay, whose decision has to be, it is legally binding? He takes a decision, Am I supposed to believe him, or am I supposed to believe Somen Sen, Justice Somen Sen? Or should we have a debate with 6 people here now, saying that, ye correct hai, wo correct hai, we'll have a debate. Is that the way law should work? You tell me, is that the way law should work? And if that is the way law is going to work in this country, where is this country headed to? Okay. Let me give you another example. Judge versus judge. That is more interesting. There was a judgment. Sitting on a Bombay High Court bench, they heard a case together and reserved the order. But according to the judge, the more senior member pronounced the judgment before he could add his views. The upset judge went on to pen his dissenting verdict, making evident his strong displeasure. In his October 3rd dissenting judgment, Justice K.K. Sonawne of the Aurangabad bench of the Bombay High Court said, "I did not even receive an opportunity to go through the judgment authored by senior member of the bench, Sri T.V. Nalaude, nor the draft of the same was forwarded to me for my perusal." He called it a glaring example of lack of coordination and lack of consultation, deliberation, or discussion on the matter in issue amongst judges of this division bench prior to pronouncement of judgment into the matter pending for its adjudication on merit. I don't even know what to say. You see, people's lives are dependent on these judges. People's life, you put your life in their hand. You put everything that you earned, everything that you have, everything you put in their hands and stand in front of them calling them my Lord. My Lord. Because if you are not very friendly with them or you do anything which is wrong with them, they'll humiliate you or they may even pass a judgment against you. They'll put you behind bars, throw you behind bars. They have the power. So they have larger than life power, Baba. You're standing like this in front of them, giving your opinion, and one judge is telling the other judge, "Hey, you didn't show me the judgment. How can you do this, Baba? You didn't show me judgment and you passed judgment. How fair is this?" This is happening in our country and in a division bench of a High Court. The Aurangabad division bench of Bombay High Court. This is what is happening. What justice are we talking about? I mean, is it a small trivial thing that we can just pass off? Saying that रहने यार छोड़े इतना हो गया mistake हो गया रहेगा. अरे, these are people who, like I told you, takes decisions on our lives. Let me take you further. You see, we all spoke about appointment of judge. We all spoke about Victoria Gowri. Victoria Gowri is a judge in Madras High Court, and this judge, had made a statement that as far as India is concerned, I would like to say that Christian groups are more dangerous than Islamic groups. She went on to say the problem of Christians is if the Islamic terror is green, the Christian terror is white. She said a lot of other things. I don't want to go through it. When she was appointed in the Delhi, in the Madras High Court, the Chief Justice of India said, Baba, listen, no bar on appointing people as judges for views they had held as party members. So, the Chief Justice says, quoting Justice Krishna Iyer, where he said that people who have appeared for cross-section of diverse political views have turned out to be amazing judges. I am not sure be cold calling an individual for the views they may have expressed as a lawyer. You see, political views is different to bigoted views. When you say that one religion is as bad as the other, Baba. If one religion is green terror, this religion is white terror. That was her statement. It was not a political view. It was a bigoted view. Because if somebody else would have said it, you could have filed a suit against that person, saying that you are spreading communal disharmony. The suit was filed against Vinod Dua. Late Vinod Dua, there was a suit filed that you are spreading communal hatred. And when a judge said it, she was not a judge at that point in time, but somebody said it, and that person was made a judge, and the Chief Justice said that, Dekho Baba, what she said should not be held against her. I take his point of view also. One doesn't have a choice to take. So I take his point of view. But I need to ask you a question. Assuming if I was a Christian, and if I seek justice, and I realize my case goes to Gauri Victoria. She is going to pronounce my judgment. She is going to judge. She is going to give me justice. Do you think I'll have faith in that judge? Do you think I will have faith in that judge? Do you think if I am influential, I will not try my best to ensure that the case is taken away from her and given to somebody else? Do you think I will not do it? So now tell me, what is more important? The judge is important or the legal system is important? Because I have no faith in that judge. Because she just called me a Christian terror. The point that I am asking you is, do we take our judiciary, our Indian legal system so lightly, so easily? I mean, he must have said something nasty about a religion, but that's okay. He said it long back. When you are talking about cross-section of society, when you are talking about different political ideology, it is different political ideology which is different to communal hatred. Isn't that as simple as that? And I wonder what that Christian will do if his case goes in front of her. I don't know. I am not therefore saying that she will be biased against that Christian or she will have prejudice, but at least by the looks of it, at least as a person standing in front of her, and if I am a Christian, I will feel, no, she has prejudice because she has said it, no. So that's another point. And I want to ask you, how is justice same for all? Kappan was a journalist, so was Arnab Goswami. When it came to Arnab Goswami, the court said that, bail is the norm, jail is the exception. But when it came to Kappan Twing, it changed. Jail became the norm and he got bailed after years. Ye kaisa nyay hai? I am asking you again as a very common citizen. Opposition politicians are put behind bars, not convicted. See, if you are convicted and put behind bars, now I am okay. Chalo, you are convicted. Ho gaya, prove ho gaya, okay, story over, you are put behind bars. Nice. You are put behind bars. Politicians are put behind bars. So Sisodia is still behind bars. Sanjay Singh is behind bars. So many people behind bars. Okay, why? Because you will tamper with evidence. You are politicians, no, powerful people, no, you will tamper with evidence. Okay, chalo, I am with you. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, he is allegedly sexually assaulted girls. He seems to be more powerful than most of the names I just took. Will he not tamper with evidence? Okay, that's one logic. You see, you remember that Unnao case where witnesses were killed, or at least allegedly killed by the person sitting inside the jail? Do you remember that case? Did that person not sit inside the jail and tamper with evidence? So what are we talking about? So isn't, as a layman, I'm asking you, isn't it kind of obvious that you put behind bars people you want behind bars? And people who don't want behind bars, let them commit whatever, they will still stay out. Isn't it that way? Then what is court all about? Then what is court all about? My last point. Is court the only legal system today? That's how it's supposed to be. Judiciary, legislature, executive, and media is supposed to be part of this constitution, but keep media outside. Judiciary, executive, and legislature is part. Huh? 3 pillars of democracy. Okay? Now tell me, if the government wants, if a chief minister wants, if a deputy chief minister wants, he can break your house. Khatam. House gone. Justice delivered. If a cop wants, which again, that means the system wants, wherein chief ministers and whatever, ministers, whatever, and a cop wants, boom, he can shoot you, encounter. Justice delivered. And the court also delivers justice. So tell me, who all delivers justice? And what is legal justice system? You say legal justice system. What is this system? Whims and fancies of a chief minister, a home minister? Whims and fancies of enforcement agencies? And sometimes the court also. No, sorry. Sometimes the judges also. Not the court. Sorry, I am wrong. Sometimes the judges also. Isn't it that way? So, my question tonight is not really trying to kind of belittle the court or the legal justice system. My question tonight is, as a layman, I want my Chief Justice of India to know that, listen, I'm confused. I'm confused about my legal justice system. I'm confused about my North Star, which I should be looking at to show me the direction. Because the North Star now is being directed by somebody else. The North Star doesn't seem to be performing on its own. That North Star itself seems to be confused. मैं किधर देखूं? That's the point I wanted to make. Till I see you next time, that is tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.